Good morning, grade 3. Welcome to the English class. Today, let's learn a nature poem. A nature poem is one which describes the beauty of nature. So, let's learn the poem The Way of Nature by the poet Trisha Prasad. So, Trisha Prasad is a young poet who lives in Bengaluru with her parents, and she started writing poetry ever since she was 10 years old. So this poem, The Way of Nature, is one which describes how beautiful the nature is. The poet describes different aspects of nature such as the trees, the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the oceans, the mountains, and how all these contribute to the beauty of nature. So all of you please turn to page number 100 in your English reader. And you see the heading, The Way of Nature. Let's enjoy that poem. So before that, there is a warm-up session given in the textbook. Let me read out that question to you. Which natural thing do you like the most? Is it the sun, the moon, the stars, trees, fruits, flowers, or lakes and seas? Speak about it in class. So when you look around, you can see natural things as well as things that were made by humans. So you look around yourself and find out which is the thing that you like the most in nature, and you have to speak about it. You can speak about it to your friends or family. Now let's get to the poem. All of you please look into your textbook. So let's read the first two stanzas. Oh, the trees, see them cluster. They give you shade, that's the way of nature. They feed you at the right time, they feed you with the right things. That's the way of nature. So in the first two stanzas, the poet is talking about the trees in nature. Look around yourself. Do you see the trees in cluster? Cluster means to grow in groups. So these trees which grow in groups, they provide all that is needed by the living beings in the nature. The trees provide us food and warmth. And they also provide shelter. And when you feel tired, the trees provide you shade. And that's how they are in nature. Let's see the next two stanzas. The earth rotates around the sun. It causes day and night all long. That's the way of nature. The stars and moon pop out at night, and there they glow with all the light. That's the way of nature. Now, here in these two stanzas, the poet is talking about the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And why do we have days, nights, and different seasons? We have days, nights, and different seasons because the earth rotates on its own and it also revolves around the sun. So the sun rises in the morning and gives us daylight. And in the evening, the sun sets and night falls. And at night, the moon rises, the stars twinkle, and they glow in the dark to give us shining light. And that's how it is in nature. Now let's see the next stanza. The clouds in the sky that look like sheep, they clash together and thunder seeps. That's the way of nature. So you all have seen clouds, and they come in all shapes and sizes. The clouds may appear in different shapes and sizes, and sometimes they might even look like a herd of sheep. And these clouds, when they move past each other, they may grind each other, and then you see a lightning and you may hear a thunder. And that's how they are. Now let's see the next stanza. Oh, the animals, see them play with all their might. They go their way. That's the way of nature. So you look around. You can see a lot of animals happily thriving in the nature. And the nature takes care of them all. Now, all these animals live in harmony. They play with each other. And after that, they go their own way. Now, let's see the next stanza. The blue ocean spreads so far, it has no end, like a war. That's the way of nature. So have you ever been to a beach? Have you seen a sea or an ocean? Imagine that you're standing in front of an ocean. You're standing there on the sand, feeling the wind in your hair. Can you smell the sea or the ocean? And when you look out into the sea or the ocean, do you see any boundaries? Any limits? No. The ocean or the sea will appear to have no boundaries or no limits at all. And that's how they are in nature. Let's see the next stanza. The mountains high could touch the sky, of different size and colors. That's the way of nature. Imagine that you are traveling through the countryside. Do you see the mountains and the valleys there? Do all the mountains look the same? Do they have the same color or the same size? No. They all will look different in color and size. Some mountains may be as huge as if they look like they are touching the sky. So these beautiful mountains come in different sizes and colors, and that's how they are in nature. So all these things, the trees, the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, the animals, the oceans and the mountains, all these make this nature so beautiful, a true heaven. And the nature takes care of all its beings, and that is the way of nature. So children, let's read the poem once again and listen carefully. You can read along with me. Please look into your textbook. Oh, the trees, see them cluster. They give you shade. That's the way of nature. They feed you at the right time. They feed you with the right things. That's the way of nature. The earth rotates around the sun. It causes day and night all long. That's the way of nature. The stars and moon pop out at night, and there they glow with all the light. That's the way of nature. The clouds in the sky that look like sheep, they clash together and thunder saves. That's the way of nature. Oh, the animals, see them play. With all their might, they go their way. That's the way of nature. The blue ocean spreads so far, it has no end like a war. That's the way of nature. The mountains high could touch the sky, of different size and colors. That's the way of nature. So children, I hope you really enjoyed the poem. So as an activity for the day, you have to read the poem again and also try to read other poems from the same author, Trisha Prasad. So that's all for today. We'll see in the next class. Till then, bye.